Hello dear students, welcome back on my YouTube channel Learn 8th Standard English Textbook. Dear students, today we are going to learn Unit 4.5, that is the lesson Battle to Buffalo. Dear students, a battle to Buffalo. This is the story about Tenali Raman, who is a witty poet in the court of Emperor Krishnadevaraya. You have seen and you have heard so many books and stories about Tenali Raman. Student, let's learn a skit, a battle to Buffalo. First of all, we should learn the characters of the skit. First character, that is Tenali Raman, who is a central character of a skit. Tenali Raman is a witty poet, jester in the court of Emperor Krishnadevaraya. Witty means what? Humorous. And jester, it means comedian who makes laugh to the people in the court of Emperor. Another important character of skit, that is Krishna Devaraya, who is the emperor of Vijayanagar Empire. Means he is the emperor of Vijayanagar. Students, you have heard, you have learned about the emperor of Vijayanagar, that is Krishna Devaraya, in history. Third character, Pandit Chahani, who is highly learned visiting scholar. Next character, Mantriji, who is the chief minister. And 8 to 10 other courtiers, ministers, and scholars. Students, let's learn a skit, a battle to buffet. In the courtroom of Krishnadev Rai, the emperor is seated in his throne. Courtiers, scholars, ministers are seated in two rows, facing one another and discussing softly. At that time, Mantriji is standing up and says, Your Royal Highness, I have some urgent news to convey. May I have your kind permission to announce it? Emperor said, Yes, Mantriji, you may. Mantriji said, Maharaj, a very great scholarly Pandit, Pandit Chahane, has arrived here. He has mastered all our scriptures and has won great renown all over India. Scripture means sacred writing. Renown means fame. Means Pandit Chahane has written so many scriptures, sacred writings, and so he has won great fame all over India. Emperor said he must be a truly brilliant Pandit. Mantriji said, Yes, very true, Maharaj. What's more, Pandit Chahane has come here to challenge all the Pandits in our kingdom. He's visiting our court tomorrow. Then Emperor said, Challenge the knowledge of our Pandits? I'm not sure. He looks at the court and said, Who all among you can take the challenge of Pandit Chahane? Come forth. All the ministers, Pandits put their heads down in silence. So nobody was ready to challenge the Pandit Chahane. Then Emperor get annoyed and Emperor said, Not one of you can face the Pandit. I am ashamed of all of you. I shall debar you from my court. I have never felt more disgusted. In fact, I shall sentence you all too. Then first scholar says, Excuse me, Maharaj, I have a suggestion. I humbly seek your permission to say something. Emperor, still annoyed. What is it? It had better to be good one, or you should be the first one to be exiled from Vijayanagar. Then first scholar says, Thank you, Your Majesty. I am confident. Let us send for Tenali Raman. He will certainly find a solution to this difficult, unpleasant situation. Means he will challenge to the Pandit Shahani. Then, in the support of first scholar, second scholar stand up and says, That's an excellent idea. Let us call Tenali Raman. He shall certainly pull us out of this difficult situation. Emperor, summon, call the Tenali Raman at once. Then Tenali Raman entered in the court of Emperor Krishnadeva. Then Tenali Raman says, I am at your service, Your Highness. Your wish is my command. Then Emperor said, tomorrow, Pandit Chahane, a most well-read, well-known scholar, is coming to our court to challenge our Pandits. All of them here are not confident of taking him up. They have recommended you to prove to be a clever than the challenger. Will you accept it? Tenali Raman said, most certainly, Your Majesty. Let me assure you that I shall not let you down. But I have a small request. When Pandit Shahane arrives tomorrow, all must accept me and honor me as a chief Pandit for one day. All the courtiers are agreed to this and they nod their heads. Then Mantriji said, we certainly will, and I shall see to it that you are brought in with honors. Then Emperor said, court dismissed. All exit after the Emperor does. Next day, courtiers, Pandit, Mantrijis are seated, and Emperor proceed and take up his place. Emperor said, be seated. Then Mantriji requested to Emperor Krishnadeva Rai, with your kind and gentle permission, you Royal Highness, may I call the great Pandit Chahani and Pandit Tenali Raman? Then Emperor allowed, yes, let them be brought forth at once. Then Mantriji, Your Highness, this is the Pandit Chahani, the most respected and honored master scholar of our ancient scriptures, the pride of India. Then Mantriji also announced, and now may I announce the greatest of great scholars in Vijayanagar, the chief Pandit Tenali Raman. Emperor ordered, all of you be seated. Let the Pandits begin the debate. Tenali Raman, placing his hand on the bundle next to him, and says, let us begin by discussing the merits of Tila Kashta Mahisha Bandhana. Pandit Chahane get shocked. What? What was that? Tenali Raman loudly said, let us debate on the virtues of the scripture Tila Kashta Mahisha Bandhana. Pandit Chahane gets very shocked. He stands, he wanders there, moves forward, backward, and he talks to himself that I have read thousands of scholarly works in Sanskrit, but I have never ever heard of what was that name? Tila, Bandhana, something like that. How can I discuss its merits? Then Pandit Chahane walks up and down in deep thought. Pandit Chahane throws up his hands. Then Pandit Chahane said, I give up. Thousands apologies, Your Highness. I have not read the scripture that Tenali Raman mentioned. I admit, I confess, I defect. Tenali Raman is the greatest of all scholars. He means Pandit Chahane accept the defect. Then Emperor said, I am proud of you and grateful for saving the reputation and honor of our great empire. Let me reward you. Tenali Raman said, with smiling, your words of praise are my greatest reward, Your Highness. Then Emperor asked to Tenali Raman, tell me, Raman, to what great work did you refer? Then Tenali Raman opens the bundle and removes a bundle of sticks tied with the thick, rough rope. Then Tenali Raman said, Maharaj, til is sesame, kasta is a stick. So Tila kasta refer the sticks of stem of sesame plants that you see in my hands. This is a rope used to tie up buffaloes. Mahisha means a buffalo. Bandhana is the rope used to tie up something. So this is the Tila Kashta Mahisha Bandhana. Then Emperor laughing loudly and said, So the pandit got scared when he heard such a complicated name. Dear students, here we have completed the lesson number 4.5, that is a battle to the fail. Students complete all the questions answer of lesson number 4.5. Thank you.